Lack of belief is your only difficulty. It's true for all of us because we move through our lives and we doubt who we are, who we could become. And that's always a process. This is why we talk about mindset so much, because we know that it's always a challenge for us to move to the next level of what we're supposed to do. And because we fear that unknown, it has to take us into that place, that unknown. And a lot of times we don't know what's going on. And many of us, especially over the last several years, have wondered what's going on. We're seeing things we have never seen before, things that have never happened, what is happening in the world. And then I started saying, well, I know what's going on. And people looked at me like that doesn't even make sense. Yeah, it didn't make sense to me either when I first started saying it, but I had to acknowledge that because I am a mystic, I'm a sage, I'm also intuitive. So I always receive information. We all do. Everybody has intuition, but I just started developing it a long time ago. And my makeup is this was the life path that I was given. So when the world started changing, I knew exactly what was happening and why it was occurring because we're trying to create a better world. The way that we do that is by becoming better people, meaning each of us doing that. And then in 2021, I was told, oh, well, because of all the work that you've done, you've been given all the information that could help anyone change, that could help anyone change their mindset. It would become permanent. They would live the lives that they want to have. They would become successful and happy. And that is the energy that the world needs. I said, no, that probably couldn't happen. That probably didn't occur. See, that lack of belief again, because it's so outside of the realm as possibilities. But we're living at a time where there's nothing is the same. Nothing's happening the way that it used to. That is also the information that I was given that we would not see anything occurring in the way that it had before. But not to worry because I was given information that would help everyone change their mindset so that they could live the lives that they're supposed to have. Then they told me, my guides, that's what I'm saying. And so many of you might have seen the question and answer that I did yesterday. And that's on my Linktree. You can find that recording because I'd like for you to see it, how I receive information. But I've been doing it for so long. But in this particular time in our world, it's a big change that we're all moving through. And so each person has something that they're meant to do, they're meant to bring to the world that would cause them happiness, joy, abundance if they do it. I can guide anyone there. And to show you how this happens, because they told me we gave you stuff on days on the corresponding days so that you would remember. So, and we all have memories of why we're here. We just doubt it sometimes. But every single person was given something. The only difference was I was given a way to guide people to the next version of who they're supposed to become, because that's where our world is moving. And everything that's happening in our world now, I've talked about, I've written about it for the last 3 years. So nothing is surprising, especially the things that are happening in the United States. That's all the information that I was given, and we're seeing it come up now. But what we're supposed to do and what I was supposed to do is cause people to be happy, cause them to become successful and live the lives that they were meant to have. And that's my program. And I know that it works because I've tested it and it's already done that. But I thought I'd show you something a little bit just to blow your minds a little bit, just to say nothing is happening accidentally. That's for you or me. I'm going to share this. This is the 20th of March, but I'm going to share tomorrow's message because I always get the guidance in advance. This is where you're supposed to be now. Doesn't make sense to folks, I know. However, it did for me. I'm going to I'll share it here on the screen so you guys can see it. And this is for, as you can see, it was March 21st of 2013. My guidance told me they started giving me this information in 2012, but they kept going in 2013 because a lot of us hadn't moved. We hadn't taken that next step in becoming who we were meant to be. And that's why the world looks the way that it does. Anyway, this is the message. If your desire during your physical life experience is to continually expand and become the person you desire to be, then any decision you make about what you decide to do or what choices you make would be what you believe with your now awareness would cause the most good. Let me explain that. You're now awareness. We only have a certain amount of awareness no matter where we are. This is mindset again. And so it's telling you that, yes, we have to take that next step and to accept that next new level of awareness that we all have. Then, when you make a decision based on that goal, you do cause your expansion in some manner, and that will also be contributed or transferred to all others in your life experience. It is not possible for you to make a decision or choice based on what you think would be the most good for another because you cannot know their path. But you can make those decisions and choices based on what will be or cause the most good in your life experience. When you find yourself confused about your decisions, it is usually because you are attempting to make those decisions based on what you think about the paths of others and not your own. That is what a lot of us do, and we would especially be doing that during this period in our world, because we're going to have a lot of opinions coming up. We're going to have a lot of differences, and that's what we're seeing. That's why we have the conflict. However, all I'm working on is this philosophy, because I was given a philosophy. That's exactly what it is. It's the philosophy is called your life operating instructions, because we're not going to operate in the same way. I'm because I've lived this life, I was meant to bring in this particular philosophy into the world at this time, and that's the work that I'm doing. And that's why I have to focus on that, because I have so much of it. I have enough information that could create tons of programs and books and all that, and I am writing a book. But I wanted you to understand why I'm making these changes, because I am working on my program, your last development program. That's the one I'm talking about now. But I only have a few slots, and people ask why I'm doing that, because I'm changing things, because it's going to be so much more. And I, of course, have to charge more money for it. But I wanted you to check that out. But I also wanted you to see, because no one understood, how did this happen? I receive precognitive information. I've done it all of my life. I didn't talk about it a whole bunch before because I had to accept that, because it was unbelievable to me, except what I did. And all this information from 1988 allowed me to transform every aspect of my life, every healing, everything that I've moved through that people couldn't understand. And being 72 years old now, how did you do all of that? I did it with my mindset, and my mindset was changed through this work. This is why I told people I have to change it, because I know this program is worth so much more than what I'm saying right now, because to transform your life and become the person that you're meant to be and live that and be happy, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And that's what I can guide anyone to. Now, everybody won't do that, because a lot of people just, we program ourselves out of this. We have developed so much disbelief that we wouldn't even believe that this is possible. I didn't think it was either until I tested it, so I know that it is. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. But also understand, we're going to see a lot of changes happening in the world, and so it's a time for you to decide to love yourself, to move through all your restrictions and be happy and successful. That makes the hugest difference. That will make the biggest difference in our world. And that was the information I received, and that's the work that I'm doing. So thanks, you guys. And check out my Linktree. You'll find the recording there of what I did. Also, register for next Sunday's question and answer session. They're really fun, and I'm loving them. All right. See you guys soon.